Hey, Dwayne Casey used to say of Chuck Hayes, he has old man strength. Do you have old man strength?
I don't know. Do you have to be old to have old man strength? I hope not. If you don't have to be old, I'll take it. But I got a low center of gravity, obviously, compared to the rest of the league. Usually one of the smaller guys on the floor. So I just try to use what I can. That's my dad's strength.
Okay, dad's strength's a good one. But the play with Brogdon and a couple with Sabonis earlier in the game, is it just anticipation, smarts? How do those plays come about?
A little bit of both, man. I think I've been lucky enough to play for a lot of good coaches growing up, and one thing I always was taught was just to be in the right place at the right time, and then you'll be able to make a play. So, just trying to be in the right spot, and then you let your instincts and your talent and your skill take over, and just try to make a play on the ball. So that's all I was doing there, just reading the situation and trying to make a play to help us win.
Thanks, Fred. Appreciate the time as always.
Thank you.
Next question goes to Josh Lewenberg from TSN.
Hey, Fred. Following up on Doug's question, I mean, you guys did a really good job as a team on Brogdon and Sabonis today without giving up all your secrets with these guys coming up again tomorrow. What did you like about what you guys were able to do to slow those guys down?
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep it short. We did a good job. They missed some open ones that they normally make, and we got to do it again tomorrow. So I think just trying to make it tough on those guys, showing them a crowd, and just being at the rim and having that second, third guy there helping and plugging gaps. It wasn't really any one guy all night. There was a bunch of different guys flying around and making it tough at different times, and that's what it's going to take. I thought our team defense was pretty good for most of the game.
Going back, I mean, even 2 or 3 years now, one of the strengths of this team has always been finding ways to win when key players have been out of the lineup. Is it that you guys can take things to another level in terms of, I don't know if it's effort or energy when you know that you aren't at full strength, or is there another thing that you can sort of put your finger on in terms of why that is?
It's a funny dynamic. It's just a funny dynamic where, some of your best players are out and there's just more opportunity for other guys like an OG. The ball was finding him. He was in positions that he probably wouldn't be in, if we had our full team. So it's just a weird dynamic. Sometimes Norman usually plays well when we got guys out. It's just like more opportunity to go around, and there's a focus. There's a much more focus. Like it's less stuff to juggle. It's less egos. It's less shots that gotta get distributed. So it's just a different dynamic, and obviously we need our guys back, but. And to add to that, for this scenario, speaking of the last 2 games, I think it was just good timing that we needed to play hard, and we don't have a choice to play hard with the guys we got out there right now. So we're feels like we're turning the corner a little bit, and we got to be able to keep it up.
Great. Thanks, Fred. Enjoy the rest of the day, man.
Thank you.
Going next to Mike Ganter from the Toronto Sun.
Hey, Fred. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. How much? I mean, I know you'll never feel sorry for an opposing offense, but what's it like being out there on the floor when you get Stanley and OG sort of clogging up the middle and making things different? How much fun is that just watching that?
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun, man. And that's what we need those guys to do. They're 2 of the better perimeter defenders, and especially on our team. And what they've been doing a good job of is kind of guarding bigger guys and making their lives tough. And so we know that they could guard their position, but being able to switch and guard bigger guys. And we know what OG brings to the table, but having Stanley as another guy who can do, some of the things that OG does it's taken our defense to a different level. And he's just been really engaged and keyed in on our game plans. And he's a really smart player. So those 2 guys have been great for us. Then you add in, Bane's been blocking shots the last 2 games. Chris is blocking shots like he usually does. And we just got to – that type of defense we've played is going to give us a chance, most nights, and that's all we need.
What's been the key, in your opinion, for Baines getting back to being the sort of an impact guy that he can be?
Again, having guys out, maybe his stints are a little longer than they normally would be, but he's also playing well. So it's kind of like the chicken and the egg thing. I don't know what comes first. Is it the minutes or is it his play? And he's been much better than we've seen before, but he's also playing a little bit more. So we just need him to keep continuing to contribute, and he's been great for us last 2 games for sure.
Got it. Thanks, Fred.
Thank you.
2 more questions for you, Fred. First one goes to Michael Grange from Sportsnet.
Hey, Fred, thanks for doing this. When OG is rolling, especially the way he was in the first half, when he's, picking off balls left, right, and center and stepping up and driving, not only making threes, but getting to the rim. What goes through your mind in terms of what kind of ceiling this guy might have?
I've never really been the ceiling guy for OG. I think that was put on him, pretty early. Like it was weird because they kept saying Kawhi when he first got here, and then we ended up with Kawhi. Like no, I don't think nobody saw that coming. So I'm just happy for him, man. He's been working his butt off, and I'm just happy that it's going well for him. I think the biggest improvement offensively has kind of been the in between stuff. He's always been a good spot up shooter. He's always obviously been great defensively and dunking the ball, but some of those in-between shots over contact and traffic, like they're going in now. And it doesn't really look super pretty, but he's finding a way to get it in, and he works on that stuff every day. So he was outstanding for us tonight, and we just need him to continue to be consistent and keep, what's the word I'm looking for? Asserting himself, you know what I mean? And not falling in the lows of the game sometimes. But he was great for us tonight. This morning, whatever time it is.
Again, that play you made on Brogdon, you had 2 of them on him, I think, that I can think of. But why are you able to kind of stay with a guy laterally and still reach in with strength? Like you're not just like swatting at the ball, you're going in and grabbing. How do you not lose balance? Like, is that just you being you, or is there something you think about when you're doing that? How does that work?
I don't know. I might be a pretty good defender. That might be some of it, but again, just trying to be in the right spot. I'm sitting there at the top of the key. I know in the ISO, I'm thinking in my head, make him take a tough 2. I didn't want him to shoot the pull-up 3. I didn't want him to get all the way to the rim. So once I got him under control, driving it left, I knew the step back had to be coming at some point. So now I'm eating that space up. As he puts his shoulder into me, I'm able to get my hands in there. And it's just something I developed, over time, is just quick hands and being physical and being strong and understanding the rules and understanding, what I don't like. I play defense, the way that I would not like to be guarded. And so just trying to make him take a tough 2 at that point, was able to get my hands on it, and the rest, was history after that.
Appreciate it, Fred. Thank you.
Thank you.
Final question for you, Fred, goes to William Liu from Yahoo Sports Canada.
Hey, Fred, I wanted to ask what was going through your mind when you took this pull-up 3 with about 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter to give the Raptors an 8-point lead. It was a bit of an aggressive shot, but it also seemed like kind of a shot across the bow to say, you know what, take that. Yeah,
for sure. You needed some of those. I think it was kind of one of those shots where the game was kind of back and forth. And they were blitzing me. They were showing me a lot of attention, triangle 2, boxing 1. Obviously, Nate brought out the whole toolbox tonight, but I just didn't want to go out without swinging. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we had great performances, but, you need some of that punch there in the fourth to take it home. And having made those shots before, I felt like it was a good time to pull one. And I thought that gave us a nice shot of energy there to kind of cruise down the rest of the game. So just staying aggressive and trying to fill out what this team needs at different times. And it was, a little frustrating because you try to let the game come to you as you're dealing with traps and blitzes and a lot of attention. But, just staying locked in and taking whatever they give you.
Yeah, Knicks really got to copyright some of these defensive schemes. And last question I wanted to ask you was just TJ McConnell. He had a really big impact for the Pacers off the bench. What do you guys got to do better on him in the next game tomorrow?
TJ is great, man. He's a game changer, and that's what everybody loves about him. That's why he's in the NBA, is to come in and change the game. And he's one of those guys where it's hard to scheme for him. There's nothing really you can do. You just got to guard him better. He caught me slipping a couple of times. He's playing with so much speed and quickness and just making the right read. So I think we just got to guard him, sit down and guard him, try to keep him out the paint as best we can. But he definitely changed the game there for him. And we got to be ready for that, tomorrow.